So good morning my dear students. In the previous video we were discussing about tissue culture. Now this advantage of tissue culture is left. Let us start from here. The advantages of tissue culture are as follows. It allows rapid multiplication. Clear? It allows rapid multiplication. Rapid multiplication. A large number of plants can be developed. Large number of plants can be developed in very short period of time. By the tissue culture, large number of plants can be developed in very short period of time. Next, little space is needed for growing tissue culture. For tissue culture technique, a small space will work. Little space is required. Next, the propagation of tissue culture can be carried out throughout the year irrespective of season. Propagation of tissue culture can be carried out throughout the year. It means without seeing which season it is going on, the tissue culture can be done in any of the season. Tissue culture can be done in any of the season. Next, my dear students, technique of tissue culture is used for the production of ornamental plants like orchids, dahlia, carnations, etc. Clear? Ornamental plants like orchids, dahlia, carnations, for this tissue culture is used. So these were the advantages of tissue culture, my dear students. Now we shall discuss this topic, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants. All flowering plants and some non-flowering plants such as mosses reproduce sexually. Clear? A flower is the most attractive colorful part of plant. Flower is the most attractive colorful part of plant. It bears both male and female reproductive organs. This flower, it has got both male and female reproductive organs that contain male gamete called pollen. They contain male gamete which is known as pollen, and the female gamete egg or ovum, and the female gamete egg or ovum. Clear? Next, let us see parts of a flower. Parts of a flower. A typical flower consists of 4 holes. First one is calyx, the sepals. Second is corolla, petals. Third is androecium. Androecium is the stamens. And fourth is gynoecium, that is pistil. Pistil. So there are 4 holes of a flower: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. All the 4 holes, they are arranged on a flattened tip which is called thalamus. All these 4 holes, they are arranged on flattened tip which is called thalamus. Thalamus is attached to the main stem by means of a stalk called pedicel. Clear? By the stalk called pedicel, thalamus is attached to the stem. Thalamus is attached to the stem. So 4 holes: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. We shall discuss now with the diagram. This diagram is the diagram of flower, bisexual flower. You can see in this diagram small leaf-like structures, they are known as sepal. Small leaf-like structures which are present, that are known as sepal. Whole this flower, it is being attached to the thalamus. Clear? And this flower is joined with the stem by pedicel. Next, my dear student, the colored attractive part of flower is known as petal. Colored attractive part of flower is known as petal. Now there is my students male reproductive organ. Male reproductive organ is dealing with androecium. This androecium consists of filament and anther. This is the filament, and here there are pollen sacs in which pollen grains are produced. So it is anther. Anther and filament together form androecium. Anther and filament together form androecium. Next, my dear students, we have the female part. The female part is gynoecium. So male part is androecium, female part is gynoecium. This gynoecium, it consists of stigma, style and ovary. Stigma at the top, style in the middle and ovary at the end. And this ovary contain ovule. Ovary contain the ovule. So this diagram is very important. You just draw it in your notebook also. Structure of bisexual flower, you must draw it in the notebook also. It is very important. Clear? Next, one by one we shall discuss. First part one is calyx. Calyx, outermost hole. Calyx contain green leaf-like structure called sepals. The green leaf-like structure which are called sepals, these sepals are together known as calyx. The sepals are together known as calyx. The sepals protect the flower at its bud stage. These sepals, they used to protect flower at its bud stage. Next part we have corolla. It is the second hole which consists of petals. So colorful petals, they forms corolla. The collective name which is given for petals is corolla. Petals are often large and scented. They produce nectar. Petals used to produce nectar. Clear? So these we are discussing the different parts of flower. First calyx, second corolla. Calyx and corolla. Next part, my dear students, we have androecium, third part. This is the male reproductive part of flower. So male reproductive part of flower is known as androecium. The male reproductive part of the flower is called androecium. Androecium consists of stamens. Clear? Androecium, it consists of mainly stamens, and each stamen has anther and filament. Each stamen consists of anther and filament. So my dear students, male reproductive part of flower is androecium. Androecium consists of stamens. Each stamen has two parts, anther and filament. Anther bears numerous pollen grains which produces male gamete. So this anther, it produces pollen grains which act as male gamete, or which produce the male gamete. Next, my dear students, we have gynoecium. It is the female reproductive part of flower. The female reproductive part of flower is known as gynoecium. Female reproductive part of flower is known as gynoecium. Gynoecium consists of pistil or carpel. Pistil or carpel together form gynoecium, and each pistil consists of three parts: stigma, style, ovary. So stigma, style and ovary, they together form pistil. Stigma, style, ovary, they together form the pistil. The stigma is a sticky structure at the top of pistil that receive pollen grains. So, my dear students, stigma receives pollen grains. The style is the stalk of pistil and the swollen base of pistil is called ovary. The swollen part of the pistil, that is ovary, and this ovary contain ovules. Ovary contain the ovules. So, these were four main parts of the flower: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Clear? Just see to it now. Accessory holes and essential holes of flower. The first two holes, calyx, corolla, do not take part in reproduction, so they are known as accessory holes. The inner two holes, androecium, gynoecium, are directly concerned with sexual reproduction. They are known as essential hole of flower. So, accessory holes are calyx and corolla. My dear students, calyx and corolla, they are essential accessory holes, and androecium and gynoecium, they are essential hole of a flower. Essential hole of a flower. Clear? Just see this diagram. This diagrams, it deals with androecium and gynoecium. Yes, my dear students, this diagram deals with the male reproductive part and female reproductive part of flower. The male reproductive part of flower is androecium. Androecium is the male reproductive part of flower. It consists of mainly two parts, one is filament, other is anther. And anther produce pollen grains. You can see here, this is the pollen sac which contain pollen grains. Then next, my dear students, we have female reproductive part, gynoecium. The female reproductive part, gynoecium, is important for it is a reproductive part, and it mainly consists of three parts: stigma, style, ovary. And this ovary contain ovules. Ovary contains the ovules. Ovary contains the ovules. Clear, all of you? So, this was the structure of flower which we are discussing. You must know which is the male reproductive part, which is the female reproductive part. Clear, of a flower, so we can understand easily further. So, now my dear students, this video is being completed here. Next we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.